Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for June 8th, 2020. This is a reading for the collective for all signs, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I'm just going to, before I get started, I just want to extend my gratitude and a big warm virtual hug to everyone out there who supports this channel and for your comments, your likes, your subscribes or your subscriptions. All of your support just means so much to me, and I just want to thank you. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to invite spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, spirit guides, and ascended masters to this space to deliver the messages that we need to hear for the collective, June 8th, 2020. Messages for the collective, June 8th, 2020. Messages for the collective for our highest and greatest good, June 8th, 2020. I'm going to keep that. Messages for the collective, June 8th, 2020 for our highest and greatest good. And I hope you guys out there, you're surviving this eclipse energy. Oh, as I was thinking about saying that, that moon card popped out. I love when that happens. For some of us, this energy, the eclipse and the full moon in Sag has been volatile, has just been really intense. And it is sort of part of this theme of this idea that I've been picking up a lot in my meditations about being cracked open in order to allow some more light in. So, and sometimes it hurts and sometimes it's scary. But being cracked open to truly allow for new growth and new light into the spaces that were maybe once dark or that we had sort of kept hidden. And I feel like that's the energy of this full moon and this lunar eclipse. The overall energy here is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. And more specifically, it really relates to, the fall, that Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius energy. So October, November, December time period. So this could be something that, you really started to manifest or that was triggered that long ago. Or, it's really, this reading is bigger than a daily, and it really takes us through that period, getting us through retrograde season, getting us through eclipse season, and then we really start to see the effects of letting more light in, being cracked open. And again, sometimes, this isn't always going to be comfortable. Okay, so sometimes it's uncomfortable. The Page of Cups oftentimes represents, messages coming in. They could be about love. They could be about, something you're very emotionally attached to. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. And oftentimes they can represent apologies. So it could be that you or someone needs to apologize. In the pre-shuffle, which I did off camera, I got the Emperor in reverse. And believe it or not, I really felt like this was us being hard on ourselves, being too draconian, being, oh, I didn't do this right, being too strict to the point where we weren't allowing ourselves to sort of enjoy the process and, allow for more luxury into our lives. And I don't necessarily mean that go on a shopping spree, but allow for love into your life. Allow for, allow yourself to enjoy that moment of peace and silence, or, whether it's, a bubble bath with candles. I know I always say that, but, or, doing a face mask, or, any of these little small luxuries that are bringing more joy into your life, because I feel like a lot of us have been taking things so seriously. Okay. And the Page of Cups is interesting energy in the reverse, because it can also be the need to, to really kind of pull back. The Page of Cups is about, not really wanting to go into the depths right now, being really comfortable on the surface level. And that's okay. You know, we don't always have to be so cerebral. We don't always have to be doing shadow work, right? There's a time and there's a place. Now, remember, we do have Mercury going retrograde on the 18th. So, you know, that might be when we're forced to sort of look at things that we didn't want to, but Spirit's saying, don't rush it. Don't be so hard on yourself. It's okay to be ephemeral right now. It's okay to sort of not want to do the, you know, the deep, heavy, dark soul searching. This eclipse season has been this eclipse has been intense, and we're in the throes of eclipse season. So believe me, the intensity is going to, you know, amp up in our lives. So, you know, right now we're in this waxing moon period. The moon is still bright as anything. I don't know if you guys have had a chance, but she peeks into my room every night, you know, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. It's like, it could be morning. It's absolutely amazing. But it's intensity, and it's kind of this need to, you know, it's this need to sit into this Four of Swords energy just to process it all. So underneath the Page of Cups, I did want to say that we do have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is Jupiter and Leo energy, but it also represents any sort of fire sign, and it's about really, you know, celebrating your successes. It's not ego-centered to stand up and take a bow for the things that you've been through and you've gotten through, okay, with beauty and with grace, and the ones where you've come out looking like, you know, you've, you know, gone, you know, 10 rounds with, you know, a heavyweight boxer, but either way, you've made it this far, and you should be really, really proud of it. And some of you, you know, are doing, you know, very, very well. It's not about just survival. You guys are managing, you know, with beauty and with grace. And so that's something to really be celebrated. So the Four of Swords energy, this is beautiful. This is Jupiter and Libra energy. But this is all about rest and rejuvenation. This is about taking some time out, you know, and this is about circling the wagon. So whether that's alone time, whether that's curling up, you know, on the sofa with your, you know, with your pet, with your cat, with a cup of tea, or whether it's, you know, surrounding yourself with your friends and family that support you, and just getting enough rest, because it's really important. You know, it's important that you rest up and that you prepare for whatever is coming next. Beautiful, beautiful sign from the universe, the Ace of Wands. This is that energy that you're going to step into after this rest and rejuvenation, okay? So I'm really begging you guys out there to take care of yourselves, sleep, you know, do your daily practice, you know, and try to remain optimistic and understand that you deserve this after everything that's been going on, after you guys have, you know, not only on the global stage, but within our own communities and with our own families, and then internally, this this rest and rejuvenation, which is now called resist, is, you know, this Ace of Wands energy is preparing us for this huge injection of passion and energy that's coming towards us, which is going to be a huge blessing. And we're going to step into that fervor, you know, and if we're well rested, all the better. Okay. So the next card out is the Three of Pentacles. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. The Three of Pentacles explicitly is Mars and Capricorn. And this is about wanting to sort of collaborate. This is the need to collaborate. You know, this is also about teaching. It's about learning. It's about growth. It's about expansion. It's a reminder that you are the architect of your life. So you control your reality with not only your decisions, but your thoughts. But, you know, the Three of Pentacles here, this is, I'm sort of getting two messages. For some of us, this retreat, some of us are going to need more alone time. We're not going to want to work with others. And, you know, Spirit's saying that's okay. You might have realized there's a partnership, or there's a job, or there's a contract, because Three of Pentacles can sometimes be like contractual energy. There can be something that you don't want to do. And Spirit's saying it's okay to step away from that. It's okay to go it alone for this period, especially if you're feeling, you know, if you're feeling like either you have a leaky aura or you need a little bit more healing. You need a little bit more time to yourself. You know, Spirit's really, really supporting you in that, because the Three of Pentacles in reverse takes us back to the Two of Pentacles, which is about, you know, being optimistic, you know, having a smile on your face, balancing two people, two things, two ideas, whatever it is that you're juggling, doing it with grace and with beauty and making it look easy. But remember, that's not always easy, and that's not something that's sustainable. So in order for it to be sustainable, and in order for you to not, you know, crumble, it's going to be really important that you get that rest. Okay, that you get that rejuvenation. But I'm also getting here, you know, the Three of Pentacles is about, you know, remembering how teachable are you, because we have this wise master teaching his students, and I love the little squirrel in the background, showing him the old ways, you know, the repetitive patterns that we see in nature, and that sounds kind of negative, but they're actually absolutely beautiful. The image, for example, of the spiral, which we see repeated in nature, you know, in galaxies and in, you know, seashells and that sort of thing. You know, there's so much wisdom in these shapes. Some of you might be studying sacred geometry, or really working with crystal grids and certain geometrical patterns here. But in the apple, you know, if any of you guys, you know, study Wicca, or, you know, any sort of goddess religions and such, you see that this five-pointed star is a symbol that we find in nature, and, you know, it really represents the human body. You know, the point of the star being the head, the two arms pushed out, and the legs separated, you know, creates that five-pointed star. And this is being turned upside down. So I am getting like the real need for body care, the real need for, you know, whether or not, you know, maybe you've stepped out of your exercise routine. Maybe you're not getting enough sleep, but really making sure that if you need to pull back, or if you're in a situation that's sort of making you feel like you're being bounced around like a pinball in a pinball machine, it's okay. This Four of Swords energy is yours, and it's necessary, and it's going to bring you a huge blessing. Also waiting, pulling back, because some of us might have had this, you know, we get this, you know, this energy to the buildup of the full moon, this go, 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 you know, like kind of like these wild dogs chasing something. And then, you know, the full moon, now we're in this period to sort of pull back and heal, and really sort of, you know, design, plan, see what works, see what didn't work, and then what is it that we want to try to manifest with this upcoming cycle. And the moon comes out so prominent in the end, and it's beautiful. I'm happy it's in the reverse. This can be my water signs out there, my Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Explicitly, I always see more Cancer and Pisces, but really it's about using your intuition. It's also about gaining clarity. And again, this week, this waning moon period, this week is about gaining clarity and seeing, what it is you want, and what it is you need, and then what it is you're going to work for, what needs to be restructured. Okay, is it your, you know, again, I keep going back to health. I picking up on that for you guys, like rest, exercise, what are you eating, you know, how well are you taking care of your body, because that's so important to, you know, how you're feeling on the inside as well. All right, so let's go ahead and pull some fairy oracle cards for you and see what messages come out for us for the collective, June 8th, 2020. All right, you guys look at that Page of Cups coming out again. Gentle, sensitive, kind, and inexperienced. A new relationship or emotional experience. So for some of you, you guys are entering into love, or you're feeling those stirrings, right? And you might have been like really intense about it. Especially if you're a water sign. I know there's sort of a need for you to sort of pull back, you know, find your center. A compassionate friend you can share your concerns with, and invitations to social events. Yeah, so maybe also discovering that you're not alone on this journey. And I think that's, you know, that's been exciting for a lot of you out there. And it's, you know, it's like looking at some sort of new situation that you're emotionally involved in with the eyes of a child. Like, and that's so hard to do, especially as we're getting older. You know, we've become so you know, we become sort of hardened in our ways, and, you know, what we view as love, or what we view as compassion or passion, or what we view as what we're supposed to be doing. And boom, again, Spirit's showing me somebody being cracked open, okay, and sort of cracking that hard shell and sort of letting more light in. And I feel like it's just this, you know, that it's unexpected for a lot of you. Look at that. Yes, the awakening card. So a lot of Piscean energy here, you guys. And, you know, the Piscean energy is about that sacrifice, that spiritual sacrifice that you're making. Change the way you're looking at the situation, embrace your uniqueness, a temporary pause in action. So really supporting that energy, that healing energy of the Four of Swords. But again, it's about being cracked open and seeing things differently, and taking that beginner mind, that Buddhist beginner mind energy to whatever's going on in your life. And even if it's just looking at yourself, you know, doing inner child work as well. And then we get the Empress. Oh, you guys, beautiful. Time to take action, the power of creativity, success that allows for a life of luxury. So how interesting is it that I'm getting that repeated message of luxury, allowing that time for you to enjoy. You know, some of you guys have worked so hard in your careers and raising your families, and maybe in your education, maybe in your health regimen. So it's like time to not take things so seriously. Make sure that you build in that rest, because everything's coming into with this clarity, with this awakening. For some of you, it's the spiritual journey, but with all of this, wow, you're just becoming, it's like you're becoming, I wanted to say vulnerable, but like you're like stepping into the flow here. And I love that energy. Okay, and then you get rejuvenation. Yeah, you guys, I don't even have to spend that much time on this card. Take time to rest and recharge your batteries. Yep, it's the waning moon period, you guys. And, you know, you can leave me comments down below, but I have been, you know, with this lunar eclipse energy all over the place. All over the place. Okay, and then you get distractions. Control your thoughts and actions to help you stay focused. Okay, yeah, very good. And, you know, we get this loud noise in the back. I did have to redo this reading because there was like, I don't know, some sort of street cleaner went by in the middle of it. So really just about staying focused, and going back to that Two of Pentacles energy, staying in the positive is really important for you guys as well. Where is your focus? Make sure it's not, you know, and also make sure that it's not focused, you're not focused on the past. The importance of living in the present, okay? And I was doing a reading for myself earlier, and the Time Master came up, and, you know, when are we going to stop and see that things are cyclical, that they're not linear, which can be so exhausting. So really giving yourself that time, all about the Six of Swords, that time and that energy, the time and that space to rest and rejuvenate, to rebuild your energy, okay? Because if you don't, you're not gonna, it's, you know, it's just gonna be harder for you. All right, and then you get empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. Yeah, so a lot of my empaths out there, again, it could be what's going on within your, you know, your home life, your personal life. It could be what's going on within your community. And then we're seeing so many energies, really difficult energies played out in the global stage, not only in the United States, but in other places as well. And so my empaths out there, this is you guys really picking up on other people's energies. And, you know, and this is again, the need for you to really sort of pull back and do your work and heal yourself, because we're going to need you more and more as time goes on. So we can't afford to have you stretched so thin. And I think this really relates a lot back to last week's readings. This came out really strong, you know, the importance of my star seeds, my light workers, and my healers, that you're taking care of yourselves. And if that means pulling back, by all means, and you might catch some flack for it, and it might even just be you. No, I have to keep going. I have to show up for my collective. You know, we oftentimes overwork ourselves doing that, but ultimately it's not to our benefit or to those that we're energetically attached to. So this card is about, you know, empathic starseeds. I'm reading from the book. This is by Rebecca Campbell. It's a beautiful deck. It's the Starseed Oracle. Empathic starseeds are here to shift the world through their physical presence alone. They don't need to do anything beyond being here, thanks to the energetic change their physical presence causes. Due to their highly sensitive nature, empathic starseeds can struggle with being on Earth and in a physical body. Many are prone to addiction and depression or tend to mistake other people's feelings and moods for their own. Natural introverts, they tend to prefer spending time alone or in small groups, and crowds can be overwhelming for them. If this card appears, consider lightening the load energetically. Don't put yourself under pressure to go out into the world. This could be a phase you're going through or simply how you're being called to live your life. If your work involves giving to others, right now you're being called to keep something for yourself. You don't need to transmute it all. It's okay to look after your own growth and healing before feeling you should offer it to the world. Indeed, it's necessary if you want to continue to do so sustainably. Wow, even the same vocabulary words are popping up, you guys. Even the same vocabulary words. All right, I'm going to just pull some starseed messages for you guys as some advice before I let you go, even though I don't want to. All right. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Intuition. Trust your intuition. It has been guiding you to the answers you seek. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are just so special out there. You're stronger than you even realize. All right, and then you get love. Live your truth and share the love that is in your soul. Again, for some of us, this is all about being cracked open to a new relationship, to a new idea of love. Even, you know, in an old relationship, sort of this new cycle. Okay, this new energy, letting more light in, but you have to heal and you have to take time for yourself first. All right, you guys, I love you so much. I'm going to leave it there. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, share, ring that notification bell, and most of all, I want to thank you for all your love and support, and I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Take care.